Episode 153. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We have Batman and Robin, we have Moon Knight, and we have Blood Hunters. Let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. My name is Frank Zanca. I am your host. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, a comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we just got the new episode or new issue in. This is my prototype for Lords of LA, issue 2. It came out really well, and it's going to be going out to my my Kickstarter supporters. And yeah, it's got some really good artwork in there. Vampire mob set in 1950s. Plus, in 10 days, 10 days from the point that this was recorded, we are going to be launching Mythlords Classic Monsters with artwork by Mark Spears throughout. And yeah, it's a deck builder area control game where you're playing as the classic monsters. It's going to be launching on Kickstarter on October 1. You can check out the link in the description below and sign up for that about when it's going to launch. It'll give you a notification. All right, so let's jump into Batman and Robin. This is the final issue by Joshua Williamson, and it wasn't. This is not a great ending. I'm not that excited about this, and I don't. He really writes the Damian Bruce relationship extremely well, and that's really the only thing that's really good in this that I've kept going with it is because of that relationship. Where he starts out with this thing like, I went to an island and you missed a whole lot of schoolwork, and who are you? Is this guy, he's basically meeting with the guidance counselor, but on the island they're fighting with Bane, and he got hit with a dart that gave him venom, so he's huge right now. He looks like the Hulk, and Batman's like, no, don't do it, don't beat up Bane to the point of where you might kill him. So, meanwhile, Bane's daughter, I don't even know where Bane's daughter even came from. I think that's really a stupid idea. But anyway, he stops her from shooting stuff and breaks the gun. So, Bane is apparently trying to turn over a new leaf. Why? I have no idea. It really doesn't fit his character in the least. But then the Cobra guys, with Cobra with a K, not with a C like G.I. Joe. And then we go back to him, who are you? I'm a guidance counselor. I have to ask that question. And then we have this boat battle going on with the Cobra guys. Just take note of the fact that Damian's girlfriend is here in this picture. But meanwhile, Batman sent her to the Batwing to get the anti-venom substance, formula. Meanwhile, on the next page, she comes in with the Batwing. So how is she on the ground? The editor screwed up by not seeing that. How could she be in the plane, which is right here, and on the ground at the same time? Editors, man, do they even have a job? I mean, do they just spend all day drinking coffee? Because some of these things, I'm like, there's spelling errors in some of these, and grammatical errors, like words missing and stuff like that. And nobody catches anything? Nobody caught the fact that the character shouldn't be in that picture? Whatever. But anyway, Damian starts to go back, and then Batman takes his cowl off in front of Bane? What? Even if he knows who he is? I don't know. Does he know who he is? I don't know. But then Bane saves them, which I think is also strange. Why would Batman be putting up his hand against the thing and not acting? I don't know. Some of this stuff is really out of character. Really out of character. And that's why I was just like, this really doesn't even feel right. But we get this thing of Damian, swinging to the thing, saying who he is. And they say he's a really good artist. So he starts to draw something. I am. And then we find out that he says, this is kind of a cool splash page here, though. And we go up to the thing where he says, I am loved. and we get to see, the Bat family, and I think the top is the Titans. I can't tell. But would Damian really say that? I don't know. Damian's a different type of guy. I don't really buy any of this. And I think that Williamson was just out of ideas at this point. I don't know. It didn't feel right to me. We're going to get a Batman and Robin thing through James Gunn with Damian, so it's already kind of happening. I don't know how he's going to skip over Robins, but I guess he is. You still have to have an intro to Nightwing, and I don't know how he's going to do that with Jason Todd and all that. If anything, you should start out with Jason Todd. It'll make more sense, and just have Nightwing there. And you don't even need Tim anymore. He's superfluous. He shouldn't even exist anymore. Let's just kill him off. All right, so let's jump into Vengeance of Moon Knight. So we had the whole blood hunt thing with vampires running around. It was a whole event that I didn't care about. And Moon Knight came back because he was killed. And he was resurrected because they had to get Khonshu out of Asgard. I don't know, whatever. So I guess he had saved... Khonshu had saved or brought back Reese, which is the other vampire in here that works at the Midnight Mansion there, or mission. And I guess it had to be a life for a life, and there was somebody that, while he was dead, there was a villain that took over the mantle just for the hell of it. And now Khonshu wants his life for Reese's life. And so basically Moon Knight's got to go kill the guy. So we got some really nice artwork in here, and he's thinking about how he's gonna kill the thing, because he's hanging out with Reese. That's Reese there. That's the vampire that he ended up saving her life. Khonshu basically in his head saying, I saved her, and you're gonna have to do it. I don't want to take her life instead. So then he's talking, and he tells Hunter's Moon exactly what's going on. So he's truthful with him that he's going to have to go take that villain's life. And he really doesn't talk him out of it or anything. Hunter's Moon's like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Do what you got to do. So they go and confront the villain, and he's like, yo, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going to come back, and all this stuff. And he's just kind of freaking out. And he's like, put the mask on and let's fight. And he does. So we have the villain, Moon Knight, and Moon Knight fighting. And he's like, put up a better fight. Put up a better fight. He's like, man, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to do all this stuff. And he's like, well, do it. Stand up. Punch me. Blah, blah, blah. And we get this big, long fight scene. And he's like, use the dark magic or whatever it is that he has. And I hate when they do this. Just give me a big splash page or whatever else. Don't give me a whole lot of little teeny pictures of a fight scene. It doesn't really work. So and he starts choking him out. That's the end of that. And Hunter's Moon says, all right, well, it's done now. Cool. This bar, and he takes the costume and he nails it to the wall. And he says, anytime anybody wants to come up and be Moon Knight, you just let me know, because this will happen to you next. So I guess it's a whole villain bar or whatever. Magic bar, whatever. But anyway, so the guy wakes up. I guess they killed him for a certain amount of time. And since Hunter's Moon is a doctor, they brought him back. And see, I don't really think that would work, because Khonshu takes its souls. So just him dying and then coming back doesn't really work in this sense, because it's not, oh, we're showing him dead and they're resurrecting him, because he was after the soul, not the dead body. So bringing him back, it's not like he had something in him that the electronic showed him dead and then disconnected. Khonshu knows the whole thing. So I don't think it really worked. I don't think this story really worked, because you're dealing with existential, supernatural stuff, and just killing somebody and bringing them back doesn't work in this case. So he basically tells Khonshu to go screw off. So why go through this whole thing just to tell Khonshu to screw off? I don't know. The last storyline, this is yet to get going yet. So I guess they're going to be doing a whole new #1 for Moon Knight again, where it's not Vengeance of Moon Knight, it's something else, the Fist of Moon Knight or Fisting Moon Knight, something, I don't know. But I guess they're starting off. But the last thing with the villain getting all the other villains together and whatever else, I thought that storyline was pretty good. That ended with him dying. That was good. This is yet to get going again. So let's go into Blood Hunters. This again jumping off the Blood Hunt thing that I did not collect, the event. And I really wish that this team wasn't all female. Give me at least one guy in here just to round it out. There's no reason for this to all to be female. I like the team up, but, give me something, man. And there's like Birds of Prey. Okay, that was meant to be an all-female team. This is not. This is fighting vampires, so whatever. But I guess Miles Morales is a vampire now, and Dagger was able to cure. Like, put Cloak in here at least. I know he's like repairing himself, whatever else. But having Dagger without Cloak doesn't even make any sense. And then on top of that, that would add your male character to at least to this group. Even though Dagger was able to cure another vampire, she wasn't able to cure Miles Morales. I don't understand why. They didn't explain why. It just didn't happen. So they're just going to leave him as a vampire, I guess. I don't know. It's all kind of stupid. But anyway, we have a cat here, and then she had shot at Miles Morales that was the last panel of the last book. And Miles pushes Dagger out of the way, who I guess was trying to protect him, all within the length of the time of the shotgun hitting him. So he was able to push her, is he the Flash now, and jump out of the way simultaneously from her pulling the trigger. I don't think that works. But anyway, she starts to use some supernatural stuff on him, but all of a sudden, there's some wrapping of gauze around it, and it ended up being I forgot her name, where she puts the mask on and she turns into whatever, so she turns into a mummy and is able to use the wrappings to go over Elsa Bloodstone, who was from the Disney Plus show, the werewolf one. She was the main character in that. I love that character. I think that character is really great. And Halloween, I forgot her name, the other one that with the masks. But anyway, so there's Dagger, and I like that they finally started using a Russian accent on White Widow. But all of a sudden, Elsa's like, I'm out of here, guys. You guys deal with it. I'm done. Whatever. You guys don't like my help, then I'm just gone. So we... Hallows Eve, I think that's her name. Hallows Eve. I just remembered. So anyway, they're like, we're just going to let her go? And they're like, yeah, get out of here. And then we get these stupid vampire clan heads or whatever. I give a crap less about these guys. And she's like, oh, Kitty. Oh, no, Kitty's a vampire. No. And then the vampires show up to fight her, and I guess they capture her or whatever, and so they entangle her, and Miles Morales comes in to save her, even though he just was shot at by her, and he gets this sword. She's like, oh, can I have one? She's like, no. He's like, no, only spider people. Since when can spider people have swords? I don't know. I don't get the whole power set there that gives him a sword for a spider. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, she goes and grabs her gun and starts shooting. Again, I like the team. I like the action, but there's literally no story here. So now we have Hallows Eve as a new mask where she's like Firefly or whatever, throwing stuff. The cat's there for whatever damn reason. They do a hero pose, and we're done. So all the vampires are now standing against them, and it's to be continued. So I don't know. I if Cloak was in there, I would like it better. If we had a story, I would like it better. But just this cleanup on aisle 10 from Blood Hunt, it's not working. It's really not working. So I'll continue to get it. It's only $3.99, not only at this point. That's obviously what comics used to be. But at least it's not overly expensive. So would it make a good movie? I think the team would make a good movie, but the story, there is no story. So I'm waiting to see if they can finally get a story out of this. Who's writing this? Erica Schultz, right? Yeah, Erica Schultz. She hasn't impressed me at all yet. I've read several of her books other than this, and there hasn't been anything out there that I've liked. Maybe she'll get better with this. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think she knows how to plot. Moon Knight would make a good movie. The TV show was crap. So let's try to get a good Moon Knight movie in there. Batman and Robin, we're already getting it. Not this story, thank God. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Remember that I do this because there are a lot of people that are interested in what comics are coming out that might hit the screen even if they're not collecting. And for you, those of you who are collecting, let me know what you guys are collecting. Let me know in the comments below. And if you were collecting these and had some comments about this storyline or about my comments, let me know as well. And also remember, too, that Mythlord's Classic Monsters is going to be coming up on Kickstarter with art by Mark Spears on October 1st, where you can play as your favorite monster, the commanders of Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Werewolf, where you also get your monster army and you fight over locations like the Mummy's Tomb and the Ghost Ship. Really cool stuff. Everything you need is one box. We also have a Dark Oz expansion that we're doing as well. And if you do want a copy of Lords of LA issue 2, hit me up because I am going to be starting to print these up and get them out. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.